I mean, ultimately, this gives me a little bit of chills because I feel like this is what I've been doing for the last better part of a couple years. Like I feel like moving out of addiction, I find myself to be very authentic in my story and what I share with people. But ultimately, as I started doing the inner work, I realized that a lot of the things that I was told as a child that I should stop doing, or the things that they championed me for now. And it wasn't until I could own those things and be comfortable with those things that my view of oneself, myself, was enough. And it's still a daily battle. It's still, of course, it will never go away. But ultimately, I think a large part of my life was lived through identities of what it was supposed to look like or what I thought was supposed to be. And, I like to travel. I like to travel a lot. We're about to hit the road for 6 weeks. And Monica, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I get a lot of text messages or DMs and they're like, hey, why are you traveling so much? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Like, what is your fucking problem? And what I realized through all that is it's really a reflection on them not following their truth, them not being comfortable with what they're doing. Because ultimately what I do with my life, I never hurt anybody. I've never malice, is just being myself. And some people are going to like it. Some people are not. But my heart is centered in what makes me happy. And I think if I can continue to live my truths within my relationship with myself, my partner, my businesses, then I know that we'll be headed in the right direction. And the only time that we don't do that is when I don't follow my truths and I'm chasing something that I probably shouldn't be chasing in the first place.
Yeah. My personal story is kind of similar, or I think maybe really standard to America and society now. And that was, I thought that I had to go to college when I was getting out of high school, but school was just not working for me. I had anxiety and depression at that time. And a lot of, I think, my anxiety and depression was surrounding trying to be someone I wasn't. I had all my friends were the straight A students, AP, honors. I was the artist. Like I wanted to just sit in the art room and just work on clay, and trying to force myself into that mold. My freshman year was all art classes. Then my next year after that was, some honors. And then by my junior year, I was trying to take AP and I ended up passing out in my history class and getting sick, anxiety, depression, falling out from that. And then after I was able to heal from that and become a functioning human again, I was about 17, 18, being tossed out in the world of adultism. And I didn't have any aspirations for myself. I didn't know what I want or what I wanted. So I just followed the model of like the American dream. Okay, well, I don't want to be alone, so I need a partner. I want to get married. I want to have the nice car. I want to have the, nice corporate office job. And I think a lot of both of our clients have followed this route as well. And then I found myself in a bad marriage, like gaining weight, unhealthy, anxiety and depression were coming back again. I had my sweet car. I had this new construction house with 2 living rooms, 3 bedrooms for 2 people. And just trying to maintain that. And I started a path of personal development, and it actually came from just trying to fix my health. So this is important to include, I guess, as well. My health journey and trying to heal my physical ailments and issues helped me change my mind. Weightlifting for a year changed my mind more than it changed my body. And from there started coming guided meditations, reading personal development, like becoming more minimalistic. And I started slowly just retweaking and hearing my own thoughts and desires instead of everyone else's, like starting to shed those layers. And then I found myself just butting heads with this person I married that I lived with, that I built this life with, that I didn't want anymore. It's like, I don't care about having a house or the car. I don't want an office job. I would rather make a couple $1,000 and travel and not own a thing. And that was not the person I was before. So I had to do a do-over. I sold the car, I sold the house, I got the divorce. And then I sat there, I'm like, okay, starting from scratch, what do I want? who am I and what have I been chasing? I had the office job even after that, but within about 2 or 3 years, I then quit the office job and went freelance as well. So I did a do-over for the job. But I felt like in that office, I was living the same year over and over. I can't remember the quote, but it said, don't live the same year 75 years in a row and call it a life. And I couldn't remember like from one year to the next. And that's when I made my first rule was I'm going to travel and go someplace new every year and get out of the country every year.